Hello, I'm jashykins and welcome to, a little random vlog. Anyways, last night I watched the movie The Normal Heart, which starred Mark Ruffalo as Ned Weeks, who was a gay activist, and it takes place around the time of the outbreak of AIDS, where, they didn't know what caused it, what exactly it was. They didn't know about HIV. They didn't know a lot of shit that, is common knowledge for us today. And I would highly recommend you check it out with like a shitload of Kleenexes. I remember last night watching it, the credits rolled, and I was like, I feel nothing. Everything is pain. But it was good. It's a good movie. Just trust me, it's good, and I will have a review up of it on my blog, most likely after I upload this video, so yay. Anyways, there's a point in the movie where Ned is at the White House talking with the president's advisor, and at the beginning of the scene, the advisor is like, oh, don't use plague, it's a negative term. And soon after the conversation starts, the advisor shuts the door and then continues the conversation, basically asking Ned if, this disease had a chance to affect heterosexuals. And I admit I had to just press pause, because I was like, how can someone say something so fucking stupid in 2 sentences? It was like, can you get from a hooker a one-night stand? I was like, I just paused, because I'm trying to control first my laughter, because that was my first reaction. I was like, fuck. And as it continues, the advisor gets annoyed. Ned looks even more fucking confused than he did in the beginning of this conversation. And it ends with the advisor storming out, because, Ned's like, I don't see why not. And I think this is one big problem with rights of, any movement. The problem is that a lot of people, people that should know better, that should know that just because something doesn't affect them doesn't mean it's not important. And that's what happened. The advisor realized, hey, this affects straight people too. I should be concerned. I don't like that I'm concerned. Storms out, basically. But it's now that it's affecting you, now you fucking show some fucking concern. Great job. And the thing is, if you're going to be, I'm trying to help out all mankind, that bullshit thing, you can't just help people that are like you. That doesn't how shit works. That's not helping all of mankind. That's helping people like you. And it just furthers this impression that people don't really give a shit about certain things. I mean, the gays were marginalized, and it's yeah, all our problems, it's fucking on this group that doesn't affect us. So what if all the gays die? Whoop-de-doop-de-doo. They're not people. Whoop-de-doop-de-doo. I mean, there, one part of the movie that Bruce is saying that, hey, I'm my longtime lover, boyfriend, dies. If it wasn't for Bruce, the guy would have been thrown away in the trash. How we got the ashes. It's just but, and the government all are like, oh, we don't care about them. That's not our problem. But then once it is their problem, they start reacting. And that's, if you're trying to support people, you need to realize that just because it doesn't affect you doesn't mean it's not important. And move, fuck fucking confusing words. But like allies, that's sort of the point of allies, to say people that aren't part of the group, to say, hey, this is important. And it is sad at one time that we need people like that, but at the same time, we need to sort of accept that that's where we're at. And we need some people outside our situation to go, this is important, because sometimes the help we need is outside of our group. So yeah, it's like people don't fucking give a shit unless it affects them, and it's fucking horrible that that's actually happening, you know, not just in big things, it's like in like government big, but you know, day-to-day life. And that's what I think why the scene affected me. Like by the end of the scene, I was fucking pissed. It's like, now it's about the street, so now it's important. So yeah. And I guess there could be like an argument of whose way of doing things was right. Was Ned's like, see a target, go for it, right? Or was, you know, the other groups of, you know, navigating the system, right? But that's like a video for a whole another day, and that could be like a whole series of videos and blog posts and shit. So I don't know if I will cover that or if I won't. Don't really hold your breath, but you can, you know, ask and I'll answer as best I can. And I have been Jashykins, owner at jashykins.blogspot.com. And on my blog I have like Let's Plays, original series, written a fanfic series. And I haven't gotten to work on my, gotten a chapter out of one of my original series in quite a while, but they will come back, I promise. And then on the sidebar, my blog, I have links to like all where I am all over the web. So like if you want to talk to me on Tumblr, Twitter, or whatever, I'm right there. And yeah. And I am asking people who like what I do to donate your account on my blog. It'll, you know, be on the sidebar thingy, and like here on YouTube, it'll be down below. I'll put the link there. And what it allows me to do, it allows me to post your account, and I either once a day, once a week, or once a month, depending on which option you choose. And I promise to only do it for blog related things, like blog posts, you know, a vlog like this. Okay. So before I go, I just want to say to, you know, check out The Normal Heart. It is heartbreaking, but it is important. You should sit through it, all of it, at least once. And I will have my review up on my blog. And until next video, goodbye.